June 2012 in Singapore. Inside a house in Singapore, a young girl's terrified screams were suddenly heard. In her trembling hands was a mobile phone. On the screen was an open Facebook chat, a conversation between her younger brother and an 18-year-old boy. After reading the messages, he realized that the two of them were involved in homosexuality. The chat revealed disturbing details about how this 18-year-old had already manipulated her younger brother into inappropriate and harmful situations and was now repeatedly calling him to meet again. The tone of the conversation was alarming, filled with pressure and emotional manipulation. What she was reading made it painfully clear that something very wrong had happened. Shocked and overwhelmed, she immediately told her family everything. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, the family wasted no time and went straight to the police. What initially seemed like a single troubling incident soon turned into something far more disturbing.
As soon as the police began their investigation, they uncovered one of the most shocking and unusual cases the country had ever seen. This was not about one or two victims. The investigation revealed that nearly 50 young boys had been targeted in similar ways. And the most horrifying part? The authorities reportedly discovered more than 2,000 videos connected to these incidents, recorded evidence involving the victims. The scale of the case sent shockwaves through Singapore's law enforcement agencies. The entire police department was mobilized. Officers worked around the clock, determined to identify and track down the young man responsible. The public was stunned. How could someone so young be linked to something so large and disturbing? Who was this 18-year-old boy, and why did he target so many victims? In today's video, we uncover the full story. The main character of this true story is Yap Weng, who was born in 1983 in Johor, Malaysia. But things took a difficult turn for the family when his father left Malaysia and moved to New Zealand. He left his entire family behind, shifting the full responsibility onto the mother. This was during the 1990s in Malaysia, when the financial situation was tough for many. Supporting a family single-handedly became a huge burden and challenge. This likely played a major role in why the boy's upbringing wasn't stable or properly guided, which later contributed to much bigger problems down the line. Somehow, his mother managed to get his education started, but as soon as he entered primary school, he met a math teacher who was already married. Unfortunately, that teacher had inappropriate interests. When the classroom was empty, he took advantage of the boy, and the child couldn't stop it or speak up. Reports suggest this continued for about 9 months, happening multiple times a week. Because he lacked a father figure and felt unable to confide in anyone, the boy kept it all inside. Those experiences deeply affected his mind and years later manifested in serious criminal behavior.
Eventually, he completed his studies, and in 2009 he landed a job at ASM Tech in Singapore. He left his family behind once again and relocated there. No one really knew much about his inner struggles. Even at work, those past memories haunted him constantly. He barely spoke to anyone, stayed isolated, did his job quietly, and went straight home every day. People around him knew very little about his personal life. Then, around the same time in 2009, social media started booming. Facebook became incredibly popular and everyone was joining it. But he started creating his own fake IDs on Facebook to connect with new people. In reality, he created not just one or two, but many fake accounts. On these, he presented himself as an 18-year-old physics student. His main activity on Facebook was sending friend requests to boys. Once they accepted, conversations would begin. Through clever chatting, he would draw many boys in, building their trust and eventually arranging in-person meetings. You might wonder how, back in 2009, boys would agree to meet a complete stranger. The key was how he portrayed himself. He acted like someone who had already achieved a lot of success in life. He gave them advice on building a great physique, studying efficiently, and even approaching girls they liked, how to propose, how to turn a crush into a girlfriend. These topics made the chats feel helpful and exciting. Over time, the boys started seeing him as an older brother figure or mentor. They had no idea what was really coming next.
In 2009, he targeted his first victim this way. He carefully studied the boy's family background and figured out what kind of conversation would hook him. He sent the friend request. It was accepted, and they chatted for about 2 full weeks. Eventually, they agreed to meet. The boy was excited, thinking he'd get personal tips on winning over a girl. Lured by that promise, he showed up one evening at a bus stop. There, the man used his smooth talk to gain control and led the boy to a public toilet. What happened next was exploitative and wrong. He took advantage of the situation and even recorded it secretly with a hidden camera. Afterward, he threatened the boy, "If you tell anyone or try to report this, I'll share the video with all your friends." Terrified by the blackmail, the boy went home and kept silent about everything. This pattern continued. In 2010, he made another new friend on Facebook. After about 10 days of chatting, he made the boy feel completely comfortable and at ease. During those conversations, he complimented the boy's behavior, saying how much he liked it, and suggested they meet so the boy could bring him a gift as a token of friendship. They arranged to meet at Hongga Swimming Complex. The boy arrived excited about the gift idea and eager to see his new online mentor in person. There, he met the man, who was known as Yap, or went by aliases like that. But he had already set up everything inside a washroom. He told the boy, "Your gift is inside the washroom." Excited, the boy followed him in. Once inside, the door was locked, the camera was turned on, and the same exploitative acts took place. Afterward, the boy was threatened, "If you tell anyone, this video will go viral and everyone will see it." Scared into silence, he went home and never spoke about what happened.
The pattern repeated in 2011 with yet another boy who fell into the trap. They chatted for about 20 days online. During those conversations, he told the boy how much he liked him and suggested they meet if he wanted. They arranged to hang out at a mall's gaming zone. The boy showed up, excited to play games. While gaming, he was persuaded to head to the restroom together. There, the same thing happened again, and once more, the boy was too afraid to tell anyone. This continued with many other boys. The locations varied, sometimes hotels, sometimes his own home, sometimes rented rooms, but the method stayed consistent. Every single time, he secretly recorded everything on video. What's even more disturbing is that after recording, he carefully organized the files on his laptop, labeling each one with the boy's name, the date, and the location. By that point, his laptop contained more than 2,100 such videos. Between 2011 and 2012, he frequently traveled back to his hometown in Malaysia, where he targeted and exploited even more boys, adding all those videos and evidence to his collection. But his luck finally ran out. While chatting with a boy on Facebook one day, the boy's sister picked up the phone and read through the entire conversation. Alarmed, the family filed a police complaint. It took about 3 months, but in September 2012, the police arrested him, known as Yap. During initial questioning, he admitted only to what happened with that one boy and claimed it was just 2 others in total, but the police were suspicious. When they searched his home and seized his laptop, a forensic examination revealed over 2,100 videos. A deep investigation followed, carefully reviewing the footage and details. Eventually, authorities determined that he had victimized around 50 boys in this way. The case went to court, and the judge sentenced Yap to approximately 20 years in prison. Friends, to me it seems clear that what his math teacher did to him as a child left a deep, lasting impact.
That trauma carried forward and tragically turned into him harming 50 other boys years later. What do you think is the real reason behind this cycle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel.